Hi guys, in this video, let's tackle about the Adams plan of apportionment. Now this apportionment method was proposed by the former US President John Quincy Adams. So in 1830s, he believed that the method of apportionment being used by the Congress was biased and favored large states only. So that's the reason why he proposed his own method. And this method is similar to Jefferson's plan or method of apportionment. However, instead of the lower quota, this method applies the upper quota. Now, what are the steps of this apportionment method? So first, you have to solve for the standard divisor. So standard divisor, that's just basically equal to the total population over the number to be apportioned. So the same as the Jefferson's method of apportionment or the previous apportionment method. So this is just the formula in solving the standard divisor. And then second, you have to pick a modified standard divisor. So this number is chosen by trial and error so that the sum of the upper quotas is equal to the total number of representatives. And then you have to take note that the modified standard divisor is clearly greater than the standard divisor and is not necessarily a whole number. All right. And then step 3, you have to divide the population of each state by the modified standard divisor to obtain the quotient. And then you also have to take this into account, the formula. So this is the formula. The quotient is equal to population of a state over the modified standard divisor. So you will be using this formula after you have already chosen your modified standard divisor, right? And then you have to round the quotient, or you have to round the quotient up to a whole number to obtain the upper quota, which is also the number of representatives or the number of allotments. Now take note of the upper quota because in the other apportionment method, it applies lower quota instead. So sa Adams plan of apportionment, it uses the upper quota. And then for example, so 46.128, so this will be rounded up to 47. So although, diba, basically sa math, mo round up lang ta if the number right beside to ani nga 6 kaning ones, kaya mama nating round off is 5 and above. So kung tayo ani nila kaning number kaning tens o 5 and above ni, so supposedly mag-round up ta. However, in the Adams plan of apportionment, whether that number is 5 and above or 4 and below, we always have to round up. So 46.128, this becomes 47. How about this? 55.673, that becomes 56. So always round up. And then you have to consider that if the number of representatives or the number of allotments obtained does not sum up to what is desired, then you have to pick another modified standard divisor and repeat steps 1, 2, and 3. So you have to repeat the steps, or you have to redo the steps if the total number of representatives or allotments does not sum up to what is desired. So let's take this example for you to understand the steps of this apportionment method. So let's have this sample problem. So the table below shows the enrollment in each of the 4 colleges of 𝗪𝗺-MC. So suppose that there are 15 new projectors and you have to apportion the projectors among the colleges using the Adams plan. And given the table or the population of the students or the enrollees in each of the colleges or departments. So we have for CITAS, that's 2,098. For CEE or College of Engineering and Architecture, that's 3,587. For the College of Teacher Education, that's 3,012. And for the College of Business and Advanced Sciences, that's 2,607. And a total of 11,304. So this is just a sample problem. So this is the total population of 𝗪𝗺-MC. Paano ni siya? Bana-bana. Now, let's follow the steps. So in order for us to solve or to apportion this 15 new projectors to the 4 colleges of 𝗪𝗺-MC, so we will be using the Adams plan of apportionment. So first step, you have to solve the standard divisor. So sa itong formula sa standard divisor, it's standard divisor equals the total population over the number to be apportioned. So, diba, the total population is 11,304. So, this one, 11,304 over 15. So, this is the number of new projectors. So, that's 753.6. And then, step 2, you have to pick a modified standard divisor. So, let's just assume that in this case, we have chosen 879 as the modified standard divisor. You have to take note that the modified standard divisor is chosen by trial and error. So, pwede go 760, 754 sa imong gipili dani, 755, as long as the modified standard divisor is higher than the standard divisor. So, ikaw na bahala na nang magbuot. And then, divide the population of each state by the modified standard divisor to obtain the quotient. So, let's divide the population of each state by the modified standard divisor. So, this time, you have to get your calculators. So, kani. Diba? So, the population of citas, that's 2,098. So, divided by 879, that's approximately 2.387. So, ano lang ta sa third or 3 decimal places. How about this? 3,587 divided by 879, that's approximately 4.081. And then 3,012 divided by 879, that's 3.427. And then 2,607 divided by 879, that's approximately 2.966. And the next step is you have to round the quotient up to a whole number to obtain the number of projectors. So, kani, 2.387, this becomes 3. So, always round up man, as long as we're using the Adams plan of apportionment. And 4.081, so that's 5. 3.427, that's 4. And then 2.966, that's 3. And then you have to sum this up. 3 plus 5, that's 8. Plus 4, that's 12. Plus 3, that's 15. And take note that 15 is also the number of projectors to be apportioned. So therefore, we have now obtained the desired number of projectors to be apportioned. Now question, what if in your first attempt, dili siya or it does not sum up to 15? So what if pag-add mo ani nila, hypothetically speaking, if pag-add mo nila dani tanan based sa imong chosen nga modified standard divisor, the answer is not equal to 15. Pwede ni 16, ni 14, or ni 11, or ni 20. Dili siya equal to 15. What are you going to do? So according to Adams' plan of apportionment, if the total number to be apportioned, or this one, kani, total number nila does not sum up to the desired total number to be apportioned, then you have to repeat the process. Then you have to choose another modified standard divisor. So mangita na pagkaglaing modified standard divisor para ang imong total ani ma-equal jud siya sa total number of things or people or allotments to be apportioned. Alright? So nga na siya ang Adams plan of apportionment. So in our case, gibutang na dito ang 879 so that dili ta magsigig balik-balik og solve ani. But the essence of the Adams plan of apportionment is that you really have to use trial and error to or in choosing your modified standard divisor. So dili na siya necessarily at your first attempt, so makompute na jud siya nimo ang desired number of things or allotments to be apportioned. Alright? So that's it. I hope that somehow this video helps for you to understand the Adams plan of apportionment. So that's all for now. Thank you, more power, and let's keep learning.